The first law, it was law of conservation of mass, and according to that law, the mass can neither be created nor destroyed during chemical reaction. When the reactants are converted into product during chemical reaction, if the reactants are converted into product, the mass of reactant is exactly equal to the mass of product after completion of chemical reaction. Means mass can neither be created nor destroyed during chemical reaction. Second law is the mass of law of definite proportion or law of constant proportion or law of fixed proportion. It means that if any pure chemical compound, it states that any pure chemical compound always contain same number of elements combined with each other in a definite proportion of their masses, irrespective of the methods of preparation and sources of material. Means, for example, we have one pure chemical compound as water, H2O, whether it is coming from river or well or it is a rainwater. These three samples, if you collect of water, then always it contains same type of elements, means it contains hydrogen and oxygen. Water, rainwater, well water or river water, it always contains hydrogen and oxygen. They combine with each other in definite proportion of mass, means 2 part of hydrogen combines with 16 part of oxygen. The ratio is 2:16, 2:16 and 2:16 in all three samples. If you prepare carbon dioxide, suppose carbon is burned in the presence of oxygen, we form a carbon dioxide, we get a carbon dioxide, and by second method, decomposition of calcium carbonate, we also get a carbon dioxide. Whether carbon dioxide is prepared by first or second method, it always contains carbon and oxygen combined with each other with a definite proportion of their masses, 16:32. Now 12:32. Third law, law of multiple proportion. In this case, when two elements combines to form two compounds or more than two compounds, then the ratio of weight of element, one element which combined with fixed mass of another element in both the sample is same, or it is a simple whole number ratio. For example, when hydrogen and oxygen combines, formation of water molecule takes place. In another reaction, hydrogen and oxygen combines to form the hydrogen peroxide. In this case, the ratio of fixed mass of hydrogen, 2 part of hydrogen combines with 16 part of oxygen, and 2 part of hydrogen combines with 32 part of oxygen. Now the ratio of elements which combine with fixed mass of element, that is 16:32, it is a simple whole number ratio. 16:32 is a simple whole number ratio. This is law of definite proportion, multiple proportion. Now third law, it is a Gay-Lussac's law of combining gas volume. According to this law, if the reactants and product, if they are present in a if they are present in a gaseous state, for example hydrogen, when combined with chlorine, formation of 2HCl takes place. Hydrogen combines with chlorine to produce or form HCl gas. Now in this reaction, all reactants and products are present in a gaseous state. One volume of hydrogen, here it combines with one volume of chlorine to produce 2 volume of HCl. Here volume may be taken as ml, it may be taken in a ml, or it may be taken in a liter. For example, suppose we take one volume as a 100 ml. Suppose it is a 100 ml, then it will be 100 ml of hydrogen combines with 100 ml of chlorine to form 200 ml of HCl. According to this law, the ratio of volume of gaseous reactant and the gaseous product, the ratio of volume of gaseous reactant and gaseous product, it bears a simple whole number ratio. Condition, the volume of gaseous reactants and products are calculated or measured under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. So one volume of hydrogen, one volume of chlorine, 2 volume of HCl, the ratio will be 1:1:2, or 100 ml, 100 ml and 200 ml, again the ratio it will be 1:1:2. This is a Gay-Lussac's law of combining gas volume. The ratio of the gaseous reactant and product bears a simple whole number ratio. Another example, nitrogen gas combines with the hydrogen gas to produce ammonia, 2NH3 gas. In this case, now the volume of gaseous nitrogen is taken as a one volume. The volume of hydrogen, it will be 3 times 3 volume, and it is a 2 volume. The ratio will be 1:3:2. Suppose one volume is taken as equal to 1 liter, then it will be 1 liter of nitrogen combines with 3 liters of hydrogen to give 2 liters of ammonia. Finally, the ratio again it will be 1:3:2. This is the Gay-Lussac's law of combining gas volume. Now the next law is Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis. The next law it is Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis. It states that according to Avogadro's law, or it states that if we take different gases under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, if we take different gases, 2 or more than 2 gases, but their volume is the same, then all these gases they contain same number of molecules or they contain same number of particles. It means that suppose we have 2 different gases, one is hydrogen, 3 gases, consider 3 gases, hydrogen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide gases. Under the similar conditions of temperature, for these 3 gases, temperature is same, pressure is the same, as well as volume occupied by the gases or container in which these gases are enclosed, that container volume is the same. Means volume same, temperature and pressure under the same condition it is the same. Now if we measure the number of particles or number of molecules present in this gas, we will find that they contain same number of molecules or they contain same number of particles. Suppose this volume is equal to 1 liter. Suppose the container volume is 1 liter. Then the number of particles calculated for nitrogen, number of particles calculated for carbon dioxide under the same condition of temperature and pressure, that it will be a same. If it contains, suppose it contains n molecules present in 1 liter for hydrogen, then n molecules for the nitrogen, same number of molecules for the carbon dioxide. If it contains 1000 molecules, nitrogen will also contain 1000 molecules, carbon dioxide will also contain 1000 molecules. Condition, volume must be same, temperature and pressure must be same. Under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, different gases having same volume possesses same number of particles or same number of molecules. Beauty of the law is that the hydrogen, it is a small molecule having weight it approximately or it is equal to 2. Nitrogen, 1 molecule weight it is equal to 28. Carbon dioxide, 1 molecule it is 44. So as compared to this, if you compare all these 3 gases, we will find that hydrogen molecule is a smaller, carbon dioxide molecule is heavier or it may be bigger molecule. So whether it is a small or big molecule or intermediate molecule, small then also n particles, big molecule then also it contain the n number of particles. म्हणजे गॅस लहान आहे, गॅसचे मॉलिक्युल्स लहान आहेत का गॅसचे मॉलिक्युल्स मोठा आहे याच्यावर काही फरक पडत नाही. तर सगळ्या गॅसचं व्हॉल्यूम जर सेम असेल, टेम्परेचर जर सेम असेल, प्रेशर जर सेम असेल, तर यांनी ऑक्युपाइड केलेले जे व्हॉल्यूम आहे हे सुद्धा कसं असेल, यांनी ऑक्युपाइड यांच्यामध्ये जे प्रेझेंट असलेले मॉलिक्युलची संख्या आहे, ही पार्टिकलची जी संख्या आहे ही सुद्धा काय असते, आयडेंटिकल असते. कंडिशन आहे टेम्परेचर अँड प्रेशर जे आहे मेजरमेंटचं हे सेम असलं पाहिजे, कारण टेम्परेचर अँड प्रेशर व्हॉल्यूमवर काय करतात, अफेक्ट करतात. म्हणजे टेम्परेचर प्रेशर व्हॉल्यूम सेम झाला की नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल सुद्धा काय आहेत आपल्याकडे सेम. त्याला अवोगॅड्रोज लॉ म्हणायचं. चौथा लॉ आहे गॅसेस कॉम्बिनेशन और केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन मधला लॉ ऑफ केमिकल कॉम्बिनेशन, Avogadro's law, or this is also called as Avogadro's hypothesis. Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis. It also states that याच्यावरून आपल्याला अजून एक स्टेटमेंट घेता येते. Avogadro's law, it can be stated as under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, the volume of gas is directly proportional to number of molecules present in the gas. Number of molecules present in a gas आणि volume याच्यामध्ये रिलेशन it is a directly proportional. Directly proportional means if the number of molecules present in gas increases, the volume of gas also get increases. Number of molecules in the gas increases म्हणजे काय? Suppose we have consider or take an example of a balloon. When you start to blow the balloon, आपण ज्यावेळेस त्यामध्ये एअर फिल करतो, बलून फुगवायला सुरुवात करतो, त्यावेळेस काय होतं? मॉलिक्यूल quantity of air, number of molecules present in gas काय होता? increase होता. So quantity of air or number of molecules of gas increase झाले की the volume of balloon goes on increasing or its size of balloon काय होते? हे increase होतं. मग as number of molecules increases under the similar condition of temperature and pressure the volume of gas also increases. So number of molecules or the quantity of gas can be expressed in terms of number of moles. N is a number of moles. So as the number of moles or quantity of gas increases the volume of gas goes on increasing. मग काय येतं? लास्टला volume divided by N is equal to constant. The ratio of volume of gas and number of mole is a constant. This is our first equation for Avogadro's law, first equation number 1. But we have a one equation, ideal gas equation, and that ideal gas equation is equal to PV, or it is a PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to nRT, where P pressure of gas, V volume of gas, N number of moles of gas, R gas constant, and T is the temperature. So from this equation we can write volume divided by number of moles is equal to RT divided by P. So at STP conditions, standard temperature pressure condition, means the volume of the gas constant value 0.0821 liter atmosphere, then the temperature is a 0 degree centigrade, means 273.15 Kelvin, and pressure is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. These are the conditions of standard temperature and pressure. 0 degree centigrade means 273.15 Kelvin, 0 degree centigrade, and 1 atmospheric condition. This represents the STP condition, standard temperature pressure condition, and this is a R value, gas constant value in a liter atmosphere, and the value is 0.0821. Put all this value in this equation. V by N is equal to 0.0821 into temperature. Temperature 273 divided by 50 divided by pressure. Pressure is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure. If you solve this equation, calculate all this value. The calculation केल्यानंतर 22.414 dm³ or liter, it will be the volume. So what it indicates? So V by N is equal to, for any gas, this volume is equal to 22.414 liter. For 1 mole of gas, जर तुमच्याकडे 1 मोल गॅस घेतला, for 1 mole of gas म्हणजे n ची व्हॅल्यू किती घ्यायची? 1 घ्यायची. n is equal to 1. So volume of gas becomes equal to 22.414 liter. मग हे काय इंडिकेट करतं? any gas, if 1 mole of any gas is taken, 1 मोल तुम्ही कोणताही गॅस घेतल्यानंतर if 1 mole of any gas is taken at STP condition, means at this temperature, at this pressure, any gas, whether it is a hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide or nitrogen, all gases possesses or they occupy 22.414 liter volume, means all gases have same volume. It indicates that when the all gases possesses same volume, according to Avogadro's hypothesis or Avogadro's law, all gases will possess same number of particles. 1 mole of any gas at these conditions of temperature and pressure possesses same number of volume or same number of particles. So this is a fifth law, Avogadro's law. Now Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis. So after this Avogadro's law, now let us go to the new concept of atom, and it was given by Dalton, and it is studied under Dalton's atomic theory. What is meant by atom? How atom is, or what are the properties of atom? It was explained by the Daltons, and it comes under the heading of Dalton's atomic theory. So Avogadro's law is completed, or Avogadro's hypothesis we studied under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure. under the similar conditions of temperature and pressure, different gases having same volume possesses same number of particles. They possesses same number of particles. Now Dalton's atomic theory. The first, matter. What is meant by matter? Anything which has a mass and which occupies space is called as a matter. Anything, this duster has a mass, it occupies space, it is a matter. This pen has a mass, it occupies space, is a matter. Water has a mass, it occupies space, is also matter. Means anything. Air has a mass, it also occupies space. Air is also example of matter. Matter may exist in solid state, duster, liquid state, water. Air means gaseous state. So anything which has a mass and which occupies space is called as a matter. So according to this Dalton, this matter is made up of, large number of small indivisible particles. Small indivisible particle means which cannot be further divided, and this small indivisible particle of matter is called as a atom, or element is called as a atom. The smallest particle which is indivisible, which cannot be further divided, that is called as a atom. The concept of atom, the atom matter is made up of small particle. It was earlier given by Indian philosopher Maharshi Khanna, but the explanation it is given, the structure, properties are given by the Dalton. So smallest indivisible particle of matter, smallest indivisible particle of matter is called as a atom. So what is the atom? Atom is the smallest particle of matter. But nowadays this theory, it was old theory, but now we can divide the atom. We discovered nucleus, protons, electrons, neutrons, all they are present in an atom. But according to Dalton, at that time atom is it was indivisible. Now but we can now divide the atom. पदार्थाचा जो सगळ्यात छोटा अतिसूक्ष्म कण आहे त्याला ॲटम म्हणतात. तो त्याचं फर्दर डिवायडेशन होत नाही, तो इंडिव्हिजिबल आहे. पण आता आपण ॲटमला डिवाइड केलेला आहे. ॲटम मध्ये काय असतं? न्यूक्लियस असतो. त्या न्यूक्लियस मध्ये काय असतात? प्रोटॉन्स असतात, न्यूट्रॉन असतात आणि इलेक्ट्रॉन्स याच्या भोवती फिरत असतात. म्हणून हे जुनी कन्सेप्ट आहे, ओल्ड थिअरी आहे. ॲटम इज अ स्मॉलेस्ट इंडिव्हिजिबल पार्टिकल. दूसरा पॉइंट काय दिला डाल्टन्स ॲटॉमिक थ्योरी मध्ये? atoms of same substance or same element, they are identical in all respect. They are identical in all respect in the sense they have same mass, their properties are same, their volume is the same. They are identical in all respect. Their chemical properties, physical properties are same. They are identical in all respect. Their physical, chemical properties, mass, volume, all are identical. Means suppose we have an element of hydrogen, and if you take 2-3 atoms of hydrogen, first atom of hydrogen, second atom of hydrogen, third atom of hydrogen, or if you take n number of atoms of hydrogen, then also the properties of first hydrogen atom of this element hydrogen, second atom and third atom, all they possesses same property. Their masses are same, their volume is same, their chemical properties, physical properties are same. Means they are identical. The different atoms of same element, they are identical in all respect, mass, volume, physical and chemical property. But now again there is a drawback for this point. Now after the discovery of isotopes, hydrogen atom has an isotope, hydrogen 1,1, hydrogen 1,2, hydrogen 1,3. The atomic number of protons are same, but mass is different. First hydrogen with 1 mass, second hydrogen atom with 2, third hydrogen atom with a mass. This is called as a deuterium, this is called as a tritium. मराठीमध्ये याला आपण समस्थानिके म्हणतो, आयसोटोप्स. म्हणजे ॲटॉमिक नंबर सेम, मास नंबर डिफरंट आहे एकाच एलिमेंटच्या डिफरंट ॲटम्सला, त्याला आपण आयसोटोप्स म्हणतो. माझा याचा मास 1 आहे, याचा मास 2 आहे आणि याचा मास किती आहे? हायड्रोजनचा एका याचा मास किती आहे? 3 आहे. मग आफ्टर द डिस्कव्हरी ऑफ आयसोटोप्स हा पॉइंट सुद्धा आपण काय केलेला आहे? सोडून दिलेला आहे. काय सांगतं डाल्टन? सेकंड postulate किंवा second point काय Dalton's atomic theory, the atoms of different atoms of same element, different atoms of same element, they are identical in all respects, their mass, volume, properties or physical chemical properties are same, but after the discovery of isotope this is rejected. Third point, how the molecules are formed, how the compounds are formed. Molecule, water molecule, for example water molecule, consider formation of water molecule. How it is formed? The water molecule is formed by the combination of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. Formation of water molecule takes place. So when two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen combine, one molecule of water is formed. So when atoms combines in a definite proportion, when the different atoms combine in a definite proportion, then a molecule is formed. So molecule is a combination of atoms where the atoms are combined in a definite proportion. 2:1. 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Formation of one water molecule takes place. So molecules are, how they are formed? Atoms combines. Molecules are formed by the combination of atom. Combination of atom. Atoms combines with each other to form a molecule. Combination of atom. Molecules are formed by combination of atoms during chemical reaction. Next point, suppose or consider one chemical reaction. One chemical reaction, consider simple chemical reaction, HCl plus NaOH. Consider this chemical reaction in which HCl reacted with NaOH. The product of this chemical reaction, it will be NaCl plus water. It will be NaCl and water. This is a simple acid-base chemical reaction, neutralization reaction. Now let us observe the atoms present in the reactant site. Which atoms are present? Hydrogen, chlorine, sodium, oxygen and hydrogen. But in case of after completion of reaction, can we observe the number of same atoms to the product side? Na, sodium, Cl, hydrogen and oxygen. Means what happens when the reactants are converted into the product? When the reactants are converted into the product, the number of atoms to the reactant side and number of atoms to the product side, they are identical. Number is identical as well as atoms are also same. So what happens during chemical reaction? Hydrogen is attached with the chlorine here, sodium is attached with the oxygen. But when you come to the product side, Na is attached to the Cl and hydrogen is attached with the oxygen. It means that during chemical reaction or whenever chemical reaction takes place, new atoms are not formed. New atoms are formed, or old atoms, they are not destroyed. Sodium, hydrogen and chlorine, oxygen. Sodium, chlorine, hydrogen and oxygen. All atoms as well as their number also remains same. So what happens during chemical reaction? During chemical reaction, there is only reorganization of atoms takes place. During chemical reaction, only there is a rearrangement of atoms. Only there is a reorganization of atoms takes place. Number of atoms remains constant or same. It means that according to Dalton's theory or according to this, we can write atoms can neither be created. They can neither be created or destroyed during chemical reaction. Atoms can neither be created, they cannot be nor destroyed during chemical reaction. So what happens during chemical reaction? There will be only reorganization or rearrangement of atom takes place. So these are the points of Dalton's atomic theory, which explain the formation of matter. With the formation of matter, or matter is made up of large number of particles, and this large number of particles are called as atoms. Smallest indivisible particles, and these large number of smallest indivisible particles according to this theory, the different atoms of same element, they are identical in all respects. They have same mass, their same volume, physical, chemical properties are identical. If you take 100 or 1000 atoms of same element, suppose hydrogen, then also the all 1000 atoms of hydrogen have same or possesses same properties. Third, how the molecules are formed? When atoms combines with each other in a definite proportion or definite number of atoms, when they combine with each other, a molecule is formed. So what is molecule? The combination of atoms is called as a molecule. Last point, according to Dalton's atomic theory, atoms can neither be created or they cannot be destroyed. It means that whenever there is a chemical reaction, the new atoms are not formed or old atoms are not destroyed. The number of atoms and the type of atoms to the reactant and product side, they are identical. So atoms can neither be created, they cannot be destroyed during chemical reaction. It means that only there is a rearrangement of atom, only there is a reorganization of atom takes place during chemical reaction. These are the points, the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. So in this lecture, we studied the Gay-Lussac's law of combining gas volume, we studied Avogadro's law or Avogadro's hypothesis and Dalton's atomic theory. According to Gay-Lussac's law, the gaseous reactant and gaseous product in a chemical reaction, they possess a simple whole number ratio. Condition, the pressure, temperature, it should be constant for measurement of reactant and product. The ratio of gaseous reactant and gaseous product here a simple whole number ratio. Then Avogadro's hypothesis or Avogadro's law, under the similar condition of temperature and pressure, equal volume of different gases, they contain same number of particles or same number of molecules. Or it can be also stated that under the similar condition of temperature and pressure, the volume of gas is directly proportional to number of molecules or quantity of gas. More are the number of molecules, more will be the volume of gas. From there, we proved that 1 mole of any gas at STP means 1 atmospheric pressure and 0 degree centigrade, all they possesses 22.4 liter of volume. Means different gases, if their volume is measured at 0 degree centigrade and 1 atmospheric pressure, all these different gases, they possesses the same volume. Third, Dalton's atomic theory, matter is made up of large number of small particles called as atom. Atoms of different atoms of same elements are identical in all respects. Then when molecules are formed or atom combines with each other in definite proportion, the molecules are formed, and during chemical reaction, atoms can neither be created or they cannot be destroyed. Means whenever there is a chemical reaction, only there is a reorganization of atoms takes place. They cannot be formed, or new atom is not formed, or old is destroyed. These are the points or postulates of Dalton's atomic theory. Thank you very much.